All right. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I believe we are live. If you are in the chat, let me know. Usually there's like a little bit of a delay when we go live and when I start to see things in the chat. So let us know if we're live. I'm pretty sure we are. There we go. Jackson Worldwide. What's up, my man? Love this guy. He's always around. I love it. Great part of this crypto poppy community. Thanks for joining. All right. So I am so pumped about this. And I'm pumped about this show for two reasons. One, because I convinced my man, Lord Truffington, to get on camera with me. I'm pumped about this show for two reasons. Oh, you might want to mute. Yeah. So, I met Lord Truffington. I don't know, like one of the first people I met, literally in the Discord. No joke. When I kind of FOMO'd into NBA Top Shot and started to look at the different Discords that were available that were talking about it. So that was, that was cool. You're like one of the first people I met, and at some point, I think you kind of took the path of checking Zed.Run out, and I went down the path of like MetaMask based NFTs. And, Zed.Run is probably the second most NFT that I am pumped about, to be honest, and that I always have been since I heard of it, other than NBA Top Shot. But, I already spent a lot of time watching basketball and on NBA Top Shot, and I thought, man, the entry to Zed.Run, it looks like there's a barrier to entry in terms of knowledge. And so I just kind of chilled out, and, you can only pick off, as much as you can in a day. So I figured I'll take my time with Zed.Run. Having said that, the drop came up, Friday, or not last Friday, the Friday before that, I think. And so I decided to get in on the drop. I got an opportunity to buy some ponies. And I invited Lord Truffington here today to let us know. Like, I'm a complete noob, guys. So if you're watching this and you're a noob, amazing. Because my goal is today, we're going to learn from someone that has gone deep into Zed.Run for the last 8 weeks, 6 weeks. Yeah. And I know he's garnered a lot of knowledge. I've been talking to him offline, and I thought he's the perfect person to bring me up to speed. So before we get started with Zed.Run, Lord Truffington, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, goodness. First of all, thank you very much for having me here. It's a pleasure. You are one of the real influencers in the space in Top Shot, and a really cool guy. So I'm very happy to be here. So my background is finance investor, both investment banking, hedge funds for a while. Then I had a complete change of career, became an entrepreneur, starting my own tech business about 6 years ago. And now I am I'm taking a bit of time off and deciding what to do next. And in this time off, I discovered NFTs, which I have literally taken over my life. That's all I do 24/7, is starting with Top Shots and then Zed and art NFTs and trading, apes and everything else. It's fun. It's fun. And it's a new world that I absolutely fell in love with.
Amazing, man. I actually didn't know about you, that you're successful tech entrepreneur who's now kind of got some time on their hands. I kind of hope to follow, in your direction. Like, I wish I had way more time to FOMO into NFTs if gas prices were lower. But yep. That's really interesting, right? Because I did notice, and we chatted offline, how you were saying, I got a lot of time. I'm spending a lot of time learning this stuff. So amazing, something to kind of aspire to on my front.
Yeah. Basically, I'm unemployed and I'm here just buying NFTs all day long.
Amazing. That's that's a good position to be in. So congratulations to you. All right, so we were talking offline, and we thought we might kick this off with a race, because usually the best way to learn, guys, is to just feel it, see it, live it. And I know that you had a couple races lined up for, I don't know, like over the last hour, right? So we're going to be able to watch how that went.
Yes. So I do have a race. Racing is one of the key parts. of key activities that you can do in Zed, and probably is the one that is most exciting, at least at the beginning when you start. And I have both of my horses that I usually race. I've put them all in the same race. The race happened 10 minutes ago, but I haven't seen the results yet. So we're going to sweat it together here, and hopefully they will both come in the first 3 places. So let me see. Let me try to share my screen.
Awesome. I'm excited. I've only seen a couple races, but I don't even know what I'm looking at. So love for you to, I mean, obviously a horse race is a horse race, but still be interesting for you to kind of walk us through, the race that you signed up for, your potential odds to win, the potential earnings, all that.
Can you see the screen? Yep. Okay. So this is actually, I'll take you through the whole website, but this is a page that shows the results of all the races. I've selected all the races where my horses were playing.
So right now we see your NFT there that I saw you bought a while back, which is now your profile pic.
Yeah. So this is my stable. Okay, and in here I have 15.
Sorry, 15. What I'm saying is we don't see that on the screen. I don't know if you have dual mon. If you do, we're seeing your other screen.
Which one are you seeing?
Yeah, that one. That now I see your mouse. Yeah.
Okay, so I see what is happening.
There you go.
Okay, so
Scuderia. All right. So are you an F1? Are you an F1 fan?
As a little bit, and also as you can probably tell, I am Italian. Lived in London for 20 years, but Italian, so I still speak like that. And so Scuderia makes sense. It's an Italian word. And,
tell me about the name, by the way. What is Truffington?
Truffington is it's a English sort of translation of my Italian last name, and it just started when I started my company. Someone as a joke, put the Lord kind of title to my name. And then I said, okay, if you say Lord, it's going to be proper British name. So, why don't we go with Truffington? And since then, it just stuck Lord Truffington.
Nice. Awesome.
So actually, let me see. This is the main Zed website, where you will connect to MetaMask, and you will then basically do all the main activities. Through here, you can show you can see your stables and all the horses, and you can filter them. You can really just you can see the details of the various horses, and maybe we'll go in some more details later. And the 2 main areas are the breeding and the racing. Racing is just put the horse in a race. Breeding is something that at the moment it does not work. They have suspended it as they're working on a few improvements, but it's supposed to come back really quickly or really soon. So we'll go to that. Now, when you go racing, you can choose in which race to sign up your horse, or you can just see past races, like in this case, and see the replay of the races. So as I said, I've not seen this race.
Okay, so it doesn't spoil it for you. So we still don't know if you won or not.
No, you don't see the results. So in order to see the results, you need to click on show results. So at the moment, this race finished about, 20 minutes ago. I don't know the result, but we're going to see now the replay.
Nice. So before we do this, where does this horse that you entered into this race stack up in terms of your stable itself?
Yeah. So for every horse, you will somehow have to decide what the use of that horse. So you can have some ponies that you just keep to appreciating value, and because it's the equivalent of an unopened pack in Top Shot. You keep it there, they will become rarer and rarer as the time goes on, and they will appreciate in value. Or you can have some horses that you can use to race, and you race it to make money because there is a small fee to pay to enter a race, which ranges usually from $2 to up to 50 plus for the kind of bigger races. and you get paid if you finish in the top three. I think the stats is something like 60% of the prize pool for the first one. It was 30% for the second and 10% for the third. I know that recently they increased a little bit the second and third price, but roughly is about that. And you can then find out all the details, the ROI of every single horse, which is important when you want to buy or sell your racer or buy a new one. Or you can keep the horses for breeding. And breeding is a fundamental part of the game, and is the ability to either effectively rent out your male horses to go and create more and breed more foals, have an offspring. Or if you have a female horse, you can pay the fee to a male horse effectively, and then keep the two foals. And those two foals, again, you can put them to breed again, you can raise them, you can sell them, etc. So there are a lot of different things that you can do.
Okay, so let's see the race.
Let's go to this. So if you, can you see the screen?
Yep, we do.
Yeah. Okay, let me see, can you hear the music?
I do. I don't know if anybody else does, but I do.
Amazing. Yeah.
Which one are you? Which one's your horse?
So Jessica Alba is one of my horses, and the second one is called Air Force.
Oh, you can enter two horses into the same race?
More than one. So this is a particular race. Air Force is the second one. These are my two racers, and they are at the moment in this race the number 2 and number 3 favorite horse. So I hope that they're gonna do something.
So do you get that after you've joined the race? You get the odds of
correct. Okay. We can go in some more details, but yes, there are odds that will let you know.
Okay, and so we got Jessica Alba, and what was the second one?
Air Force.
Air Force, okay.
And you can basically move around and zoom. So this is Air Force, and this is Jessica Alba. This is a 2,000 meters race.
So cool.
And yeah, obviously 2,000 meters. So the races go from 1,000 meters to 2,400, and you need to discover in which type of race your horse is better. Some horses are great consistently across every distance. Some horses are only good at one distance. So there's a bit of trial and error in even in picking the races that you want to. Let me just take the music off. In which kind of horses, which races you want to put them in. So at the moment, Jessica Alba and Air Force are doing relatively well, but it's still half the race, so there's still a lot that can happen. And they both sprint. Look at that, together with Oak shots.
Nice. So
I don't know if they sprinted too early in the race. 700 meters to go. Whew. Come
this
on,
is
Jessica.
cool, man.
Come on, Air Force. Come on.
Dude, you got two. Oh, Air Force dropped to 4th, but you still got two in the top 4.
Air Force is dropping, but if they start sprinting too early, it's a bit hard to keep it up until the end. But let's see. Jessica Alba is still leading. 300 meters to go.
Let's go.
Oh no! Wow, there is this.
Holy smokes! Who is that?
Is going like a train. No, the last 100 meters. No, come on, Jessica.
Come on, Jessica. Get us at least a second there. Yes.
Second place at least. Okay, good. We have a second place and I don't know, quite far behind for the other one. Oh,
dude, that Star Hammocks, man.
Yeah, I did.
Got some legs at the end.
Such a sprint at the end.
Amazing. Yeah. So is Jessica Alba a horse you've raced before? A horse that you've had luck with in the past?
She's my star horse. She's my star racer. So actually I can probably show you this about, so there are websites where you can get the details of the horse. So Jessica has raced for 60 races, has won 15% of races, and has showed, which means finished first, second, or third, almost 32%. And then you can see the distribution of the horse, and you can start studying what a good horse looks like and what doesn't. And then you can see the odds per distance. As I was saying earlier, is quite so. You can see that this horse is very strong around the 1,400, 1,600 meters, 2,000 meters, and so you would tend to enter that horse in those specific races, those specific distances.
So can we see here if Jessica Alba is profitable for you?
Yes. So in the financials part, so Jessica has an ROI of 73%.
What? Can I buy Jessica from you?
She's worth, I don't know. She's probably worth, I don't know, 3 ETH. She's worth quite a bit.
No way.
Yeah, a horse with, I mean, we'll come into details. Maybe we'll take a step back and I'll take you through. But she's a Nakamoto exclusive. She's a female, so she's a mare, so she can have offspring that is likely to be, decent racers, and she's winning consistently. Now, I don't put her in very expensive races, but she's won so far almost 0.15 ETH. Yeah.
All right. So let's do that. Let's go back to kind of the let's start with, okay, here are the horses that are available, the rarity, the coats, the generations, all that stuff. Explain that to me, because for those that don't know, I managed to cop 5 ponies on that Friday. And by the way, the only reason I could is because Lord Truffington in the Discord was giving me the tips on how to become a really good sniper. And I literally failed on the first 2. And then he's like, nah, man, this is what you need to be doing. And as soon as I started doing that, I got 3 horses in literally one drop. So
one wave, yeah.
One wave, exactly, yeah. So that was pretty cool. And guys, by the way, if you want to know the trick, it's no secret. I don't know if the next drop is going to be the same, but it's easy. It made a lot of sense when Truffington explained it to me. Basically, filter really fast, select a few colors, select a few genesis within your budget, and then, the horses will show up and refresh a lot quicker than if you try to refresh all horses in the marketplace. It worked amazing for me, but the result is that I bought a bunch of stuff and I have no clue what I got. Literally, I don't know its value. I don't even remember what I paid for it. I was just clicking real fast.
I know. So look, let's take a step back. So that is a NFT based horse racing management game. It simulates the ownership of a stable. And like in real life, the stable will have a number of horses that will have different functions. Some of them will be the thoroughbreds that you use to run the best races. Some others will run maybe less important races. Others will be more for breeding. And then you will have all the trading of these horses back and forth with other stables and so forth. So everything that I've just described is exactly what Zed allows you to do, and they do it via NFT. So it's actually for those of you a little bit more technical, if you're interested, is based on the Matic network, which is like a side network of Ethereum, and which is good because does not have any gas fees for every transaction that you want to do. So it's it's a bit easier and a bit faster than doing any sort of NFT transaction in the main net. In terms of,
and let me say this, Truffington. So me being the noob didn't actually even know that Zed during the drop that Zed was on the Matic network, which is a layer 2 protocol to ETH. And you're right, the big benefits of it are definitely the fees. So I actually sent some wrapped ETH straight from my MetaMask into the wrapped ETH in Zed, and figured out very quickly that you can't do that.
No.
And the reason why you can't is because the wallet inside of Zed is based on actually POS wet ETH, wrapped ETH, not to not to confuse
Yeah.
things more, but it's a
Mm.
not only is it on a different blockchain, it's also sort of a different protocol that's called the same. So, lucky enough, if you guys don't know this, you can get it back. And I already recovered all of my funds. Zed came out with a link that allows you to get your private keys to your Zed wallet, and then you can log in and then send that over to your MetaMask. So if you guys don't know that, let me know, because I'm absolutely willing to help you through that offline. I thought it was really cool of them. I thought I might not get my money back. I'm used to it with crypto. You send crypto, to the wrong place, the wrong protocol, the wrong address, it's over. So I was super pumped that I actually got that back.
So one, let me start with this. That is a super exciting game. It is still very, very early stage. Think about Top Shot in January or in December. Although they have been around for a couple of years, they had proper traction only in the last few months. So there are quite a lot of things that are still not as, you would say, consumer or user friendly as Top Shot. Top Shot, you can put your credit card and buy moments or packs, which is super easy. In Zed, it's still based on your MetaMask. You still have to convert your ETH into wrapped ETH and so forth. So at first, it might appear a little bit daunting if you don't even know what a MetaMask is. The reality is that there is a tiny little steep learning curve in the first few days, but once you pick that up, it's actually very easy. Now, the biggest problem is the gas fees that we're seeing, which are killing every transaction. But other than that, it's actually relatively easy. And as Crypto Papi just said, the Discord community and the Zed community, their staff, their employees on the Discord server are really helpful. They are really there. They respond to you if you send them a DM. So they're very supportive and really try to help you. So that's something that shows that they really care about the project, which is nice to see. It's not always the case. As we were saying, there are many different types of horses. Let's start by this. Zed has created effectively, has created or will continue to create a maximum a 38,000 Genesis horses. So these 38,000 horses are the equivalent of a Series 1 moment. They are the original moments, and there will never be more Genesis moment. They don't come from anywhere. They are just originally minted horse NFTs. Okay. Now, why this is important is because as you go on, as you mix and breed horses and so forth, these obviously will not be Genesis horses. They will have a different kind of type of name, and we'll go through them. And they will, by definition, be less valuable than the top Genesis horses. Now, when Zed does a drop, as they've done last Friday, they drop their Genesis horses. They are the only horses that they can drop. And within the next few months, they will have dropped the entirety of their horses, of the Genesis horses. There will never be another drop. And the only thing that you can do is go in the secondary marketplace and either buy a Genesis horse at very high price, or buy something that is a derivation of a Genesis horse. So I think this is to say that it's still early. You can still get in and still be very early. And if this becomes a massive success, you can say I was there at the beginning when they were giving away Genesis horses, which I think is exciting. It's that kind of feeling is what makes you want to spend a bit more time and effort and possibly money into it.
Cool. So do you want to show us the screen and maybe show us kind of the different rarities and the different generations?
Yep, I will.
And I'm really curious about coats, because I know some are considered rare, and I don't Like I said, I
Yeah.
bought 5 horses and I have no clue if I have a rare quarter or not. I don't even know how to figure that out.
Yes, I can. Let's see. So first of all, I'm going to share. I'm going to share the screen. So this is one of my Excel files. And you can, maybe we can start here. You can see here the type of horses. So all the 38,000 horses are divided into 10, into 4 bloodlines and 10 categories. The bloodlines is I actually don't know how to explain. They are just these 4 categories that have associated with the Z number. The Z number stands for Z. So it's Z1 to Z10, and is Nakamoto, Sabo, Finney, or Buterin. Now, why these are very, and obviously this is in order of decreasing rarity, if you like. The Z1 is the rarest of them all. They already 93% have been dropped, so there are only 67 horses that that exist that have not been bought yet, and that will be in the next drops. As you can see, last Friday, one of these horses at the drop was already at almost 40K. So it's not for the faint-hearted, and certainly not for people that are just looking to make a small investment there. But the drop prices went down to $120.
Yeah, I don't know about over where you live, but here in Canada, that's especially because that's like $55,000 for us. That's already getting into what you would pay for a real horse. Now, of course, you don't need a ranch, you don't need maintenance, you don't need to feed it. Like, there's a lot that goes on to maintaining a real horse.
They don't get injured and then don't get old. There are some benefit, and there is also, some people also talk about the ethical the ethical element of horse racing. Like you've seen that at the Kentucky Derby, the winner was disqualified now because of doping. Obviously, like in every professional, at the highest level of professional sport, it's hard to be there. And even with horses, they are sometimes, they are not necessarily always treated well. And there is an ethical element when people say, well, with Zed you can stop doing that, and we can just all watch and bet on digital horse races with the same complexity that you have in the real world. I don't remember the statistics, but apparently, like, the largest majority of thoroughbreds in the world, in real life, they all come from the same genetic code, basically from one horse in the Middle East from like a few centuries ago. And they've tracked all the genetic mutation and codes basically to that one horse. And basically they want to do the same here. You will have some Z1 Nakamotos that are incredible racers with incredible genetic code, and you will be able to see the family tree of the horse, and you will be able to track back to that horse, a thoroughbred and so forth, exactly like in real life.
Amazing. So let me ask you something, Lord. So can I also buy a Z10 and get just as lucky?
Yeah.
And have all of a sudden this Z10 Genesis horse that 5 years from now is going to be highly desirable purely based on the win percentage. Yeah. And how does like Z1 to Z10 affect that?
So the difference between the Z1 to Z10 is more in the consistency of good results. Or the consistency of good genes in the horse. So a Z1 Nakamoto is more likely to be a good racer than a Z10 Buterin, but the Z10 Buterin could be a fantastic racer. It's just that maybe 1% of the pool is that good, while 30-40% of the Z1 have that kind of ability. So it's not in the ceiling of their abilities, it's more in the, how common that particular skills is. And it goes from the top to the very bottom. So that's one element. The other element is, and I don't want to go into too advanced topics, but all the big stables in the game are trying to understand the breeding algorithm and how, if it's certain genes skip a generation and so forth. And one thing that seems true that people have understood is that Nakamoto's, the higher you are in this hierarchy, the more likely they are to transmit the genes, the good genes, while with the Buterins, you have a lot more genetic modification or variation. So even a top Buterin could have an offspring that is actually not good at all, or a shit Buterin could have a very good offspring. You have a lot more variation than you have at the Nakamoto level.
So I'm already very afraid for what my future looks like, because I'm getting the FOMO just by you talking.
I know. And the breeding, breeding is complicated. There are some guys with hundreds of horses in their stables, and they properly do work on inbreeding various horses and having the same horse like breed 5 times the same cycle, and kind of mixing various bloodlines and so forth. It's really fascinating. It's a bit like real life, a bit faster and with no real bad consequences if you fuck it up. So it's good.
Yeah, like now, I can't see a scenario where if you're a passive income kind of investor and an arm's length investor, and you've been investing in horses and not necessarily because you're attending all the races and you love the culture of it, but rather as an investment play, I can definitely see the scenario where those investors are going to look to the digital world because there's just so much less complexity.
So let me get you even more excited about that. So the idea is that the management team, I believe they are from Australia, and they want to get Zed approved for betting. So where there is a platform that is not really functioning right now, used to function, it's called Zest, which is a platform where you could play money on races. But they want to legalize proper, like, real money betting. And the idea is that one day you will go to the new Atari hotel in Vegas. That is a gaming focused new hotel that they're building, a real hotel, and they will have this massive screen where they will show these digital races, and you'll be able to be there and bet on that races in real life, bet real money on these digital horses races that will all have their odds like a normal horse race. And you will have sponsors. When you have thousands and thousands of people watching these races, you will be able to buy, or make your own track, design your own track, and you will be able to attract sponsors. If you are the owner of some of the top horses, you will probably have, the same sponsors than a normal horse race has. There will be no difference. And I'll tell you this, already a couple of weeks ago, one horse called Billions, which actually is the grandfather of Jessica Alba, of my horse, that you saw that came second there, sold for $120,000. Already now, the top horse sold for 120K. And if you ask the top stables, they will tell you that there is no reason why these horses will not go to $1 million. Very quick.
Wow. And that's a Zed.Run Nakamoto, I assume?
That's a Zed.Run Nakamoto with a fantastic, race performance and everything. Is again one of the top horses one of the top maybe 10, 15 horses in the game. But there's more because there are new genesis being dropped all the time. There's, you could get a Z10 and it might be the next Billions. And
oh, dear God, please don't tell me this stuff, my man. I gotta sleep tonight. Okay.
However, for for you, for everybody that is interested in that, do remember that it's like a pack in Top Shot. So if you have a horse and you race it, and the horse is shit, you are not going to be able to sell it for much, because nobody wants a horse that is dud. Uh, so sometimes not racing horses and not breeding horses, and does preserve the value a lot better, because there is the surprise element. um
So
so
tell
let
me,
me, yeah.
yeah, tell me about the okay, so there's genotypes Z1 through Z10. There's the bloodline, which is kind of like rarity or
And
your
then,
odds.
there is, let me do this, let me show you this table, which is a little bit what I was talking about. Let me see. Okay, can you see this? So the Genesis horses only exist out of the factory. Okay, that's it. If two Genesis breed together, the resulting horse will have a Z that is the sum of the two Zs. So a Z1 plus a Z2 will give a Z3, and the class will be a legendary. So two Genesis will give you a legendary. And if you breed the Genesis and a legendary, you get an exclusive, and then it will kind of keep diluting the blood. So the Z number will accumulate, and the breeding, I don't know what it's called, the class will kind of go down. Now, the reason why this is very important is because the further down you go, the further you are from the Genesis, the more diluted the gene is. So that's a level. Let's say that it's going to be quite difficult, and a pacer or a cross is going to be a very strong horse, a very strong racer.
Okay.
So holding those Genesis horses will be always the key to be as close as possible to the money. Whether the money is, in selling the offsprings or the good racers, the good genes, or whatever. So this is super important. And then the other thing is here, that when you mix two horses, when you mix two bloodlines, they will give you something different. So if you mix two Nakamotos, there'll be a Nakamoto, the resulting. If you mix a Nakamoto with a Buterin, it will be a Buterin. So because it becomes a Buterin, so it will transmit the genes with more difficulty, and it will be a bit less valuable, and so
Okay.
forth. So there are, like, the breeding is quite complicated. I'm not gonna lie, and there's a whole world that is still not being discovered, because we don't know what the algorithm is. But it's fun even to just start engaging with that.
Yeah, and
Um,
the beauty is that the not all Genesis horses are even out. So there's
yeah.
still a lot more to discover, right?
Absolutely, and I think, as we saw here, so they've dropped about 47% of all the horses. So there's still quite a lot. They are in the lower part of the table, which is okay. That's kind of what most people can afford anyway. And so there's still quite a bit to come, which is, I think, is good. I mean, you can still jump in on the ground floor, before it takes off. Um, Now let me see. Like, look, I'm not going to go into a lot of details in the breeding, but just know this. There are four. The gender of the horses is, there are like four different genders. So there's colt and stallions, which are the unbred male horse is a colt that does not have any offspring, and once it has offspring, it becomes a stallion. And for the female side, it's a filly when it's a virgin, basically without any kids, or or a mare when has an offspring. Now, what's the difference between these is that I was saying earlier. What you can do if you own the male, a colt or a stallion, you can put that for stud service, whereby owners of female horses can pay you a fee to breed with your horse, And if you instead you are the owner of a female horse, you can pay the fee and keep the 2 foals. I say 2 is because every female horse can produce 2 foals every month, every cycle, and every male horse can get stud fees for 7 foals. So you get a fee 7 times in a month, or you get to keep 2 babies, 2 ponies. Okay. Now this is important.
And to clarify for everybody, breeding is closed right now. I know you said that. Do we anticipate when it might open back up?
Very, very shortly, they said.
Okay.
So maybe if it's not this week, I think it's within a week from now. I would be surprised if it's more. It has been closed for over a month now.
Okay. And so with 5 horses, I can put them up, all 5. They're all colts, by the way. I only have, I only have colts. All I did was click. I didn't know what I was buying. So I can put my 5 colts up.
Yeah.
Each one of those can be bred up to 7
times. So you put it for stud service. You set the fee. Zed will tell you what's the minimum fee for your category, for your bloodline, really. And you can set the fee, and then people will decide. It's immediate. There's no waiting time. You just pay, and the horse comes up. And the great thing is that when the horse comes out, well, when you get the new foal in your stable, it's already able to breed immediately. So if you have a female, you could just put her to work, or you know, a colt, you can put him to work immediately.
Okay, and what would if my horses aren't raced? Is someone going to want to breed my horse?
It still is an open pack. You know, it could be but the reality is that even if you have a very strong racer, it doesn't mean that the offspring will be good. Actually, in a lot of cases, it skips a generation. So I would suggest,
kind of like Microsoft, they always, you know, skip the generation, right? Like
or the iPhone.
Or the iPhone. I like that. I like that.
So in a way, I would suggest something. If you have 5 horses, I would keep 2 of them completely unraced and unbred. Again, the proper unopened pack from Series 1. Put it there, keep it there, and you know, hope that in a year time it will be worth 30 grand each. And maybe you put for stud service, you know, 2 of them, and you race 1.
All right, so let's show people what we got during the drop. And I would love for you to tell me what the hell do I have here and what should I do with this. So, you know, I got 2. So I got 2 Z9 Buterin colts. And I've got 1 Z8 and then 2 Z6s.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of the color, are any of these rare? Please tell me I got lucky.
You need to, I don't know from here, you need to open one by one. So when you open a horse, yes, so you'll see all the details, and then there is one which is coat. Now there are coats is a complicated topic, like pretty much everything in Zed. There's a bit of a steep learning curve at the beginning. Yeah. There are a number of maybe 7 or 8 coats, color of the skin of the horse that are super rare, and then there are maybe 10 or 15 that are rare. The reason why this is important is because when it comes to breeding, there are some mathematical formulas where when you mix 2 super rare coats and you mix them together, they have a certain percentage of probability of obtaining the same super rare coat, and they are worth a lot more. They are worth about, I would say, about 50-60% more of the cost. So Fandango is not a rare coat, for sure. Can you go up, down to Bleu de France is not a rare. Black chocolate is not rare. Columbus Spice is not rare. And Cinnabar is not. I think they are all common. Coats. To be fair, it's very common. Like, it's not. Don't think about. Don't think it's anything strange. Like the majority of horses will have common coats. Like,
and did they sell? Sorry, during the drop, did they sell a Z9 Genesis Buterin colt with a rare coat, would that have costed more?
Yes. So I
Okay,
picked four
all
of them. Well, I picked 3 super rare codes and 1 rare code at the drop because I knew what to look for.
Yes.
And because I wasn't necessarily interested in just buying whatever happened there. So I was sniping for those. And it probably, yes, I said I did Z10, Z9, Z8, they're probably 60-70% more. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I didn't show, in case you people are interested. Can I share a second?
Yep, for sure.
I want to share the market. I will start publishing these every day now because I do the analysis anyway. So this is wait. Okay, so this is the marketplace, which will go there, and I'll show you. What's the lowest ask versus the drop price? And affiliate tends to be a bit more expensive. It tends to cost a little bit more, especially now as people are getting excited about breeding again, so they're paying a bit of a premium. And what's the versus the drop? What's the ROI? So at Z10 that costed $124 is now selling at 0.24 ETH, which is over $1,000. So
Whoa, that's a 10x.
Yeah, absolutely. And your Z5,
Z6.
you have a Z6. So Z6,
two Z6s.
yeah, Z6 was about 1.5K at the drop, and it's 2.8K now. So there is a very big difference between the drop prices and the market, and they drop so many horses. The market is very depressed. It's like, again, Top Shot, pack, everything drops. Paper hands, sell. Like these prices, I think, are quite low today. They will go back up as the market stabilizes a little bit. Genesis do have value, so I think this is like almost the very floor, the very bottom of the pricing cycle. But you can see there are some really decent profits to be made, even just, I don't know, like I'll tell you, I picked up about $4,000 of horses, and they're worth maybe 12 or 13. Okay.
Wow.
So
amazing.
Just basically on the spot. Like I'm not gonna sell. I sold just one. I sold just one Z10 or something. But I'm just keeping the rest. But there are opportunities. There are profit opportunities here.
Well, the beautiful thing about your spreadsheet that I'm seeing right now is that the lower down the Z10s are actually making you the most profit right now. If you were looking at it from purely a financial 100%. Situation, you're making the 100%. Most money on the Z10s.
You make the most return. You don't make the most money in dollar terms.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
But yes, correct. Also because somehow at the top, prices have been, I don't know, everybody was shocked to see how expensive those top Z1, Z2, and Z3 were. Just to give you an idea, a month ago when they did the previous drop, at Z10 it was $16,000. Now it was 37 a month later.
You mean a Z2, right? You said Z10.
Yeah, Z1.
Oh, Z1. Yeah, Z1.
Z1.
Okay.
So it is the equivalent is like tomorrow Top Shot coming and saying a legendary pack costs $7,000.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, you can keep it.
And they stayed up, and then there were Z2s that were on the marketplace until yesterday. I was looking at them, man. I was so freaking tempted every time I looked at the marketplace.
But they're not selling in the secondary market. I mean, obviously they were still in the primary. So, but again, think about this: there are 72 Z2 horses left in the whole game. I mean, these horses, they are bound to just be worth 2, 3, 4x what they are today, for sure. They have to, because they will not exist anymore. You cannot make another Nakamoto Z1 or Z2 Genesis. Yeah.
Incredible.
So I'm talking about, so we're talking about the listings here. Let me show you the secondary marketplace. They are all the horses, they don't trade, you don't buy and sell them on the Z website. At the moment, it has been outsourced on the Matic network, which is linked to OpenSea. It's let me see. Let me just share another screen. Yeah, it's let me show another screen. Okay, so this is matic.opensea.io, and you can see here that you can go in Z-Horses, and you can see all the horses that are on sale. There are at the moment 3,034 ponies that you can buy. Some of them are Genesis, unraised, unbred Genesis. Most of the others are just other horses with various characteristics. The biggest problem that this marketplace has is that it has no filters. So you can either go through 3,000 horses, or that's one of the users that has created this website called Nucleus. I'll give it all to CryptoPuppy and put it in the description.
Yeah, we'll definitely put all of this stuff in the description. Yeah.
But there is basically an external website that links to that marketplace where you can filter. So say that we wanna get all the Genesis horses and that have 0 races, so that are unraced, like the closed pack equivalent, and you can see, or the cheapest one at the moment is 0.239, is a Z10 Colt, and you can filter from here, and then basically click and go and get the horse from the actual marketplace. So as I was saying in the beginning, it's still very early stage. There are a lot of things that don't, or they are a bit cumbersome to use, but that's the opportunity of getting in early.
This all feels like early adopter stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And you get excited, like, oh, it's so shit that I must be in so early. So that's good.
So can you gift ponies?
Yes, you can transfer ponies. Yeah.
And are there fees to do that?
No, there aren't, because it's on the Matic network, so it's gas less. So if we go here, let's say my account.
So I want to say this. So for those of you that are in the stream and that have not commented yet and that are not following me on YouTube, make a comment here and make sure you're subscribed to me, because I'm going to take all the individual people, not the number of comments, but the individual people, and I'm going to do a randomizer after, not now. We're going to do that after. And as soon as breeding is open, so my plan is I got a bunch of colts. I definitely want to get some mares that I can breed so that I can breed them myself. I'm not sure. I may trade some of what I have if somebody wants to trade me and, trade some colts for some mares or something like that. Or I may actually trade up. I'm not sure. Maybe my Z9s, because obviously I've made some good money on those Z9s. It might make sense to actually sell the Z9s and the Z8s and trade up and maybe get a Z6 mare or something, and then breed them together. And then one of you guys is going to get my first literally bred horse.
Wow, that's amazing.
All right.
That is amazing. I mean, I would say, if you don't follow on YouTube CryptoPuppy, what are you doing? Definitely, you have to click that subscribe button now. It's some of the best content, really. You gotta follow him. So this is, for instance, this is my stables. It's really easy. Say that we want to get, I don't know, sophisticated. You click on the horse, you put sell, you click sell. Oh no, it's here. You click sell, you put how much, what's the price, what's the price, say 1 ETH is it's worth 0.3, but and then list for sale, and that's it. So it's super easy. It's super easy to do, and then you can snipe horses if you want, if you have an idea what the value is and so forth. And after you get a bit more familiar with even horses that already have some races, you can go and check, as we've done for my horse, you can go and check their performance, their odds in the races. It's super exciting. It's really super exciting. And I think it's probably a bit more than Even more than in Top Shot, I think if you put some effort into it, it pays, because it's something relatively complex, especially at the beginning. So when you put some work, you'll be able to spot opportunities better than the majority of people that just buy horses because they like the name, for instance.
Yeah, and you can't deny the just the whole gamification of it. Like, if Zed market tanks, which nobody can predict, exactly where we are in the Zed market. I know, talking to you offline, you mentioned that, hey, look, like, Zed's up a lot, and the example you gave on already today is that a Zed.Run was 17K or whatever a month ago, and now they're selling for 36K. Guys, that's a market that's up a lot. So we don't know if we're at the top or not. The point being is, if the market starts to take a dip, it's very different than from NBA Top Shot because of the utility tied to the horses. And I know for me, I'd be way happier holding my horse if I can race it and still have fun and have fun with my kids, and we watch the horse race. Even if the price of it is going down, well, whatever. I'm still playing the game, so at least that part is fun.
That's also something else. I mean, it's not easy to get a racer that makes a lot of money, but there are racers that make easy, I don't know, $500 a month in wins. And when breeding will be open, a Z1 Nakamoto could make 1 ETH a month in breeding fees, in net breeding fees that you get in your wallet. Like, it could be some serious income. Again, breeding now has been shut for a month, so we don't know. But the idea is that if you have some really top horse and you can charge proper money to breed with him, and of what you get, I think definitely you can get to 1 ETH a month for a top horse. I mean, if you think about it, you pay whatever, I don't know how much it was, like 10, and you make one a month just in income from breeding. That all of a sudden is a very good income that you can get. So
Yeah,
there
that's
are
a whole
actually,
new dynamic and a whole new
correct.
layer that many NFTs don't have today.
It's you said is fun. I would say it's the utility. They
Yeah.
have so much utility that in so many ways. Obviously, it all depends on people wanting to play. But I'll tell you, when I started, there were 2,000 people online. Give or take, any point of the day, there were about 2,000 people. Now there are 8 to 10,000 every time I look. So, already in 6, 8 weeks, like, you have seen like a very big progression and expansion of the platform. It's really exciting. That's what I can
Wow.
say.
I'm getting the FOMO, man. Okay,
Yeah.
so in terms of, I wanted to ask you this. So in terms of my horses here, so help me build a strategy for what to do here, because
Hmm.
I'm super pumped. I want to race. I really
Yeah.
am dying to race my first horse and have the girls watch it with me. In fact, I
Yeah.
told them, I got them some horses. So there's 5 of us in the family, so we each have a horse. But I do have a plan to maybe upgrade, maybe get some mares. So
So I would race one of the Z6, one of the
okay,
finis. So races, I haven't explained this. So races are divided by class, and you belong in a class or another based on your points. You have some starting points based on your bloodline. If you go in events, and every horse runs a Griffin race, which is a unclassed race, and everybody against everybody, and then after that you are located into your category, into your class, and the class is based on points. And then if you win, you get more points, you can go up higher classes. If you lose, you go down a class. The reality is that it's always better to go down than up, because when you go up, you kind of race with better horses, and so I showed you earlier the distribution, the win distribution of a horse. The best horses are horses that either come first, second, and third, or they go 10th, 11th, 12th. Because when you finish at the end, you lose a lot of points. When you win, you get a lot of points. And that allows you to stay in a lower class and be very good in that class rather than going up and basically racing against the best of the game. So you will have to pick a distance, and you'll have to pick a Griffin race and a distance, and then it will allocate you to a class afterwards. However, already from the very first race, there is these things of odds. So odds are a quite precise way of already knowing whether your horse is good or not. The odds are effectively, it's the probability that your horse has to win a race, okay? There are 12 horses, so if you kind of assume it's about 8% chance, if all the horses are average, okay? If your horse has a better odds, it means it's a better horse. If not, in terms of the way that is measured, is measuring Z, any horse that is sub 10 odds, it's a good horse. It's a decent horse. Anything between 10 and 12, 14, it's okay. Anything I think about 15, it starts to get less good. Anything above 20, you should very silently sell the horse.
And I've not seen these. I haven't seen these odds, so I have to enter the race first.
Well, right? No. So the odds do not appear in Zed. And this is why there are a lot of different platforms out there. Look, like Evaluate Market or On the Moment, same thing, right? Okay. So the main place used to be in the Discord server of Zed. There was a channel called Racing. And then that got a bit screwed up. Now I would recommend you the website that is the best that you can have. It's
Oh, I think we lost Lord Truffington. He probably clicked on the wrong button. There we go. He's back. Hold on, we'll get him right back up. There he is.
So there is a website called knowyourhorses.com. Now, this is the most important website for racing that there is in Zed. It's actually a relatively new. So if you go in races at the top and say go in open races, okay, you can see the average odds of the horses that are in the race that you want to join. So you already know. Racing is not just about pick a distance and put your horse in there. It's about being able to choose in which race your horse is more likely to do well.
Wow. Okay.
It's
awesome.
An art. It's not just dump your horse and let it run. That's an art. You know that certain horses run better versus certain horses versus others with certain different odds and so forth.
So why would anybody then sign themselves up to a race as the first horse?
Well, I think this analysis is done by 5% of people. As with everything, it pays to do your homework and do your analysis. I think most people just say, "Oh, that's the right price and right distance. I'll just put my horse in."
Did you hear that, guys? That's some pretty key information there to take back for noobs like me. I literally would have just clicked race.
And most people would do that. I would never enter a race first. I actually would never enter a race unless there are already 7-8 people and I kind of know. By the way, if you race in the same class for a while, you know who the good horses are and you avoid them like the plague. Okay. Because you know that they are very good. And there's a horse called Steph Curry in class 4. He's one of the best horses in the game now. He's a beast. And if Steph Curry is there, not for me. That's not my race. Look, it's about picking the right. It's about picking the right.
At some point, though, like you would think people will catch on, and then Steph Curry can't find anybody to race. No.
There are, I don't know, maybe at some point they'll add some sort of different levels of racing even within the class, so that top horses. Look, the odds. Let me just say, the odds are based on genetics of the horse and how those horse stuck, or how those genetics stack up compared to the other horses in the race. Okay, so if you have a very easy field, your odds will be low. If you have a very difficult field, your odds will be higher. But the odds do not necessarily relate to the race results. There's still an element, an aleatory element, an element of uncertainty in the races. So you can have a dud and you can still win.
Okay. And one other thing is that I kind of just heard a little bit about. We cannot just go and enter a race. Like you enter a race and then your horse races like how many hours later?
Yeah, at the moment it's about 3 to 4 hours later, but this is only since the drop. And it's since the drop because there are so many more horses that people want to race. Like the day before the drop, the race was after 3 minutes.
Oh, we could have
Yeah,
raced one right now.
yeah. But actually, the Griffins are quite immediate. So the first,
Really?
yeah, because there's actually a lot less. Yeah.
So
So
should
if
we
you
try?
go
Should we race right now live?
going, okay, the 1,800 is good. I think is pick a distance that is like, no, you have to put Griffin. Yeah,
Yep.
the filters don't really work. So do
Oh, that's
again
what I was
and
gonna
then
say.
do
I thought.
Griffin again.
Okay.
Yeah, now select Griffin again. Otherwise, pick.
Come on.
Okay, pick the 1.8K because 2.4 is a very peculiar distance. So it's no. If you pick 1.8, that one, and now scroll at the bottom, pick up a gate is absolutely the same, whatever gate. So you can already see there are two Nakamotos here in this race, and all the others are Buterin. So you're putting in a Finney, so that's kind of fine. Yes, decent race. You put your horse. Which one do you want? Which one do you want to enter?
Yeah. So you were saying keep both my Z6s.
No,
And oh no.
I would race. So the Z6 is more likely to be a good.
Okay.
Sorry, the Z6 is less likely to be a shit horse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So race one of my two Z6s.
yeah.
And then keep the other one for breeding
Yes, or untouched. Yeah,
or
yeah, probably
untouched.
for
Yeah,
breeding.
yeah.
Yeah,
Keep the other one as an unopened rare
yeah,
pack, whatever. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So which one do I want to race? I don't know. Let's race Atomical. I love the coat color on that thing.
Let's go with Atomical.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my
Okay,
God.
so if you scroll up, it will tell you the approximate time that it's supposed to start. Go up is scheduled for 12, so it's 4 minutes, right?
7:15. Yeah. A few minutes from
So
now.
so this one, so the Griffins are very quick. And by the way, the Griffins they have a $40 payout. So if you win, it's good. But
And
what's
it's a free
important,
entry fee.
yeah, what's important now is that go to the website that we've looked, that know your horses, go in races at the top and put open. Yeah, class put Griffin G, and the is what 1,800. Yeah, and then the I is the one here. Click on this one, and I don't know if it works for Griffin races. I'll be honest, it might not work to give you the odds because AI, it doesn't work because they've not raised anything, so there are no odds. So
Yeah.
you need,
So all you can only race in Griffin once before you've ever
yeah,
raced.
only the first race. That's
Okay.
it.
So am I in? By the way, am I in? Am
You
I
are.
confirmed?
If you scroll down, you see your horse. Yeah,
Yep. Nothing else I
lane
need to
number
do. The
9
race,
or gate 9. Yeah.
dude. Are
Yeah,
you
this
guys
is so
pumped?
exciting.
I am
This
so
is so
pumped.
exciting. I'm
This is
pumped for
my
you, man.
first
I'm
ever
pumped for
pony
you.
race.
I am pumped for you.
Oh man, and
Crystal
this
Puppy
is
Ranch.
there's a lot to this. Like there's a lot to this feeling, right? Like one is this is comparable to opening up like a legendary pack and not knowing if you're gonna get LeBron or not and a high serial number or not.
Yeah.
but it's just it's different because we get to actually watch it and we get to watch the race and see what
Yeah,
happens. Is there
exactly.
so so after I race my first horse, whether I win or lose, does that
Yeah.
mean that the next race I enter, I will know its odds? Or-
You will have an idea. Now, Griffin odds are a little bit lower. You basically will know if the horse is decent or not. And I tell you, look, let's pray for a sub 9 odds. Anything sub 9 when the race will finish. Sorry, when the race will be complete in terms of registrations, you'll have the odds of the race. So you can
Here.
go in scheduled. Yeah, you can go up in scheduled Griffins, and you will see once it's registered. Once everybody is registered. At the moment, there are not enough. It's not registered yet, right? There's still
Okay.
like 2 or 3 gates to fill.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so that's why there's no race.
So
But
we'll
you'll
keep
see
that.
immediately, and you'll see your odds here. And
Sorry,
yeah,
to confirm, after the race is finished or
no,
before?
after the registration is finished, before the
Okay.
race. Yeah.
All right.
So you'll
Oh, I'm
see.
so
But
pumped.
this one will actually be very quick. It will start very quickly. Usually, it's the other races that start 4 hours later, which is a bit annoying.
Come on,
So
Atomical, make me look
no,
good. We still need. So, does there have to be 12
yeah.
horses? Yeah.
It
Okay.
starts when it's full.
And
Yeah.
silly question, but if I have 12 horses and I enter 12 horses into a race, is that a thing?
Yeah, you could, but you're gonna lose money for sure
Yeah,
because
but if I have like these, 9 horses that I bred, way down the line that I don't care about.
yeah, they will all be in different classes probably
Oh,
because
okay. Okay.
so your Finney, this one that you're playing now, that we're racing now will be in class 4 because it's a Finney, so it starts from class 4 already. Um, your Butterins will be class 5.
Okay.
Yeah, they can all be together in the Griffin race, a family race if you want, all together, parents and children all together running in the same race.
All right. Well,
Well,
we'll wait for that and
yeah. Look, it's important. It's important to have an idea when you buy a horse what you want to do with it. Um, as I said, you can keep some as an open pack. I think there will be a lot of value in the future. Or you can try to race them. You can race them even if they're also not very good in one race. You can try a different distance, try 2 or 3 distances. But you need to understand that at a certain point, if your odds keep being, 18, 20, 25, probably the horse is not a good racer. And so even when you put it on the market for breeding as a stud, people will go and look at your performance, racing performance, if you have any races, and so it will be less desirable. So there are a lot of downsides of racing a horse. I would say the main thing is if you have only, if you do run one race and you have other horses and that odds are not good, to just try to sell it. And yeah, that's it.
yeah, okay. By the way, I noticed that on OpenSea, not the Matic one that you were showing, but the
Yeah.
normal OpenSea, the Ethereum based, there Zed is on there. Can I
Yeah.
buy right off of that marketplace?
Well, it's the same. So it's actually the same. When you post, it's a good point. Always post a horse on matic.opensea.io, and that will automatically list it on the normal OpenSea. I think you can buy it in the normal OpenSea, and you can filter a little bit more here.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I was looking
I
at this
don't
today.
know. I don't know what you. I honestly don't know what you get if you get if you get the WETH from OpenSea or the WETH from Matic, which are different.
Yeah.
One is different, as Crypto Papi found out during the drop. So is yeah, I don't know what you get. I would be surprised because the transaction happens on Matic. I think you still get the Matic WETH, but I don't know.
All right.
But I know that if you just post a horse on OpenSea, it's not going to duplicate on Matic. While if you do it on Matic, it will appear in OpenSea as well.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Okay.
And in terms of transactions off market, is that encouraged? Like, you know, with MB Top Shot, we don't encourage that at all.
No, it happens. It happens a lot actually on in the Discord. That Discord is a lot better than the main Top Shot Discord. I left that after about a week.
No, don't even bother, guys.
I'm like, it's beyond the zoo, like, which is fuck. It was
yeah. If you want to go hang yourself and sell everything, then that's the place to be.
I spent a week there just checking every now and then. I'm like, this is not for me. I can't do this. And any other Discord that has to do with Top Shot is all the announcements coming through, so it doesn't matter. That is a lot better. Actually, people are helpful. People answer. There is a beginner. There are a few channels for beginners with all the documents, all the data, and you can ask questions. It's actually quite nice. And there is a marketplace there. And you very often the mods or the people from OpenSea, or from Zed, they volunteer to be middlemen if you want to do a transaction. So you can buy horses there. There's no difference in prices or anything. It's just probably you can negotiate directly with the person on Discord. So it's not, you can do that if you want. You can do the second. By the way, if I can just throw something a bit personal here, if any of you has any apes that they want to sell or trade, your ape for my horse, just hit me up, Lord Truffington, Twitter or on Discord. Definitely happy to discuss a trade.
Are you talking about an unraced horse, a raced horse?
Oh yeah, I have Genesis unraced. I have one race that I can throw in it, that I can throw in the mix as well. Otherwise, I have Z10 to Z6 unraced and unbred. Yeah.
Sorry, you have
I have. Yeah, I have about 15 horses. Yeah.
Okay, Z6s through Z10s.
So looking for an ape.
Dude, I got apes. I might be interested in a mare so we can, do a little pony sex and get some people a pony.
Exactly. How many people are still left there? There's still 3 spots?
2 spots now. 2 spots.
Two. Okay. It's gonna be up soon.
I'm so freaking excited about this. Guys, what questions do you have? Any questions you want to help you want help answers with? Do you have a pony yet? Does anybody here not have a pony, or do you have a pony in the stream? And do you have any questions for Mr. Lord Truffington? As you can see, this man is just like a freaking walking encyclopedia of Zed.Run, and he's been doing this for 8 weeks. I don't like that. Blockchain, I don't know. Do you ever get intimidated by just the name or the code? I guess based on the last race, this guy's scaring me because it was a very light coat that came out of nowhere and beat Jessica Alba. How dare that person? But
yeah, I can see some of the chat here.
Whoa, dude! There's a Z2 Nakamoto in here.
Yeah, there's two Nakamotos. They can be. Look, the Griffin race is really just to understand your odds. That it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the fields is so varied that whether you win or not, it doesn't say anything. Like if you have a Nakamoto and you win against all Buterins, it doesn't mean that your horse is good. You just have a Nakamoto versus a horse that is a little bit less good. So that's fine. I wouldn't be worried about that.
I don't know if I understand this question, Gab. Do you understand this question, Lord Truffington?
Tanking to get a lower class.
Can
No,
you elaborate on
yeah,
that, Gab?
okay. In racing, yes. In race, I think if I understand correctly, it's like, is it like almost try to lose a race on purpose to go in to lose points and go in the lower class of racing? Um, I mean, almost yes, I would say. If you think about it, the higher the class. So in class one, you have some of the best horses. They're all Nakamoto's. They're all, or most of them, and it's really, but really hard to compete. As a matter of fact, even within the same class, a $2.5 entry race will be a lot easier than a $25 entry race. Because if you have a really good horse, you will put the horse in in a race where you can win a lot more. One thing to say, you cannot register your horse for more than 3 races at the same time. So yes, sometimes it might be worth if you are just on the cusp of, I think it's 40 points. You are in class three. If you are 40 or 41, just go in a hard race, drop down, and you're gonna have an easier life for a while. So yes. So
Cool.
newbie.
George has a question here for you.
Yeah. Hey George. George is my brother-in-law actually.
Ah, love it.
As a newbie, without any ponies, would you advise first move in the upcoming drop? Yes, I would definitely say try to get a pony. Absolutely try to get a pony in the drop. In the market at the moment, the prices are decent, but as you've seen before, the floor is about $1,000, so it's not great. I mean, it's not great compared to the 120, 130 bucks that you can pay in a drop. But then last drop was great. Everybody got horses. The previous drop, very small percentage of the people managed to get one. I got one horse, and I don't know, I was just very lucky. So if you want to wait, definitely wait for the drop. If not, maybe do a small purchase now for a Z8, Z9, something like that, and just keep it there. Or if you just want to familiarize yourself with the game, buy not a Genesis horse, buy a horse that you can put in some small races and play around and maybe kind of breed a little bit. And is it done? Sorry,
I don't
is
know.
it?
Yeah, where's the
Oh
race?
yeah, go next to run. Okay, if you go in next to run, you will have, when there is a race with your horse in, you have a yellow marker. So try to scroll down a bit. Yeah, IPO Cup. You see, IPO Cup is starting in 4 minutes and 13 seconds. Yeah. So and in the meantime, what we can do, we
So
can
can I
go.
click watch 3D now and then?
Yeah, you'll have a
Okay.
countdown. What we can do is you can go back to that know your horses, and now we can see your odds. Come on, exciting. So go in races at the top.
Yeah, I had it. There you go. Yeah, I had it.
And
I only
yeah,
see.
no. Go click on the no. That's the favorite. Click on the event IPO Cup. No, on the hyperlink IPO Cup. Yeah, that's the one there, and it will give you the full lineup. And where is yours?
27. 27. Bad, isn't it? God
Yes.
damn it.
Yeah,
Okay, we're selling atomical.
I have to say 27 is
Well, it's not 48, 44.
no, it's not 44, but 27 is
All right.
I mean, look, the
Listen.
top horses up there is just like 5. Do these actually ever race? And does the platform actually allow you to track the horses race?
So first of all, I want to say this. Shout out to Elias. Nobody. Oh, am I still good? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
I can. I don't know. Where is your race though? When is this? I know it's still here.
I think it's starting to load.
Okay. It will show up the graphics when it's 1 minute to the beginning of the race.
Yeah, my browser's really slow because I'm streaming at the same time, so that may
Do
be a
you
bit
want
of
me
an
to,
issue.
but before you answer the question, do you want me to show it on my screen?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
Would that be easier?
yeah. If you can get in on the race and watch it, definitely. So
Yeah, I can.
right. Oh, there we go. The race starting soon, but you can see it's struggling.
No,
Oh,
okay. Why don't you close that and I'll show it on mine.
all right. Pull up your screen. I don't see it there, so we'll close that.
Yeah.
There we go. So while he pulls that up, shout out to Elias. You guys all need to know who this man is. This man right here got me into crypto 4.5 years ago. He called me and he said, if you're not into Bitcoin, then you don't know what you're doing. Start paying attention. And it's because of this guy right here that I could buy ponies freely. So shout out to
Oh
Elias.
man,
Thank
you
you, my
are
man.
not this guy.
This,
Elias, just so you don't know me, but next time you have some tip like that, just give me a call, please. Just send me an email, just call me, just say, oh, this is the next big thing. Go in. Please tell me. Thank you.
And yes, Elias, we're gonna get to watch the race. You probably missed the beginning where we actually showed Lord Truffington's race. He raced Jessica Alba, and she came in second or third. I can't remember now.
Second.
She came in second place. So, let's do this. We're a minute away from watching my, complete dud of a atomical horse with 27% odds of winning in this race.
27 odds. Yeah, not great.
So
27 odds.
are they all? So will she always have? Will he always have 27 odds?
No. It will change by race with depending on who the other horses are in the same race by distance.
Okay.
So you might want to try a little bit more, but 27 is quite bad.
Okay. So sell now.
Here it is. Here is Atomical. But you
Man.
never know. You can still pull a great result today. You never know. We're here supporting.
And does that change anything for the future if this horse happens to win? Does it change their odds in the future?
You should sell it if it wins and it has 100% win rate, one race, one win. Like you need to just sell it before even the race ends. Just
okay.
Put it on the market. Like, look at this. This is the next superstar.
All right, let's go.
So where are you? You are here, Atomical. You see?
Yeah.
You see, pull some information here.
Come on, Atomical. Oh, second place. Look at that.
Yeah, so far it's running well. It's running well. It's a 1,800 meters race. So I mean, probably the last 700-800 meters is where where you start seeing some sprints.
Come on, Atomical. Oh, no. You're taking off a little too early, man. I know we're...
Yeah, exactly. You don't want that to start early. Oh, there is here Lancer that has started to... Oh, Atomical is reacting. It's there. It's just stuck to the front first, second.
Come on.
Al-Nassar. That's Al-Nassar. 900 meters. Atomical is still there. It's hard.
This is crazy.
I mean, that guy doesn't want to.
Oh, he dropped the third. Second. No.
It's still there. It's still pushing. 700 meters. Okay, we're coming to the 600 meters mark. Atomical is still in the lead of the race. And he's holding on. There's no other horse that looks like is going for a massive sprint yet. Oh, we have from the back, we have Lancers that seems to be coming back.
Oh my God, I've never wanted anything to finish so bad in my life. Just finish. Finish the race.
400 meters to go. Atomical is still in the lead.
I can't take this anymore.
Come on, Atomical is still in the lead. Oh, there is Lancer and Blockchain here on the left-hand side are coming strong.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
Amazing.
Are you kidding me? We just won!
That is amazing.
That's okay. Oh my God.
Guys, all of you that are in the stream, if you don't go and buy a pony tomorrow, like I don't know what you're doing. Like,
Holy crap! That was an
fun.
insane feeling right there.
By the way, this is incredible. A 27 odds horse winning a race is insane. It's one in.
Unbelievable. I was
I mean,
not expecting this
literally,
when you set it up at the beginning, telling me I had a really bad horse.
buddy. Let's talk tomorrow, but you should really sell it, like now, for the money, decent money. Just sell it.
Yeah.
Or try to sell it, because it's. Definitely, I can tell you one thing: do not race this horse ever again.
Okay.
So these basically 27 odds, what it means is that it has 1 in 26 chances, or it would make $27 if you bet one. So really means that it's got about whatever 3.5%, 4% chance of winning. You got your 4% here, so don't race this horse ever again. Leave it with 100% win rate. Leave it there, and you've been lucky here. That's it. Let's see what to do.
Maximize the value. Flip it for another unbred, unraced virgin.
Absolutely. This is such a good result. Well done.
I'll flip Atomical for my first mare, and then I can go and breed some horses in house in my stable without having to deal with anybody else, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that was crazy. I can't believe we won.
That is amazing. It was a good race, actually. It was also a very good race until the end. Still very open. Amazing.
Oh my God, that was insane. Okay, and then in terms of my Z8s and Z9s, so because they're up so much from the drop, would it not make sense that I look to sell those and get some higher generation horses?
I mean, you could do that. But you're going to be buying the bigger, the kind of more expensive horses still in the secondary market, so you're going to pay a markup there as well.
Yes, but based on the graph you showed me, the Z8s of 10x, whereas actually a Z2 is actually down.
You still see my screen. So if we pick this, so today what you could do, you could sell a Z8 and a Z9 and make about 570, and with 570 you can buy another Z6. You can do that.
Okay. Damn, man, that was This is
that race was
that was addicting,
that
man.
Was so exciting. That race, Atomical, what a beast! What a fucking beast!
Wow! Holy shit! And what if I sell Atomical and she is or he is the next? Who knows?
No,
the odds are still stacked against me. I get it.
This was really a stroke of luck. I mean, seriously, that's a stroke of luck. There is the odd, the insanely rare horse that actually wins, even if the odds are not as good. Actually, the horse that I had before in the race, Air Force, the other one, she has very good odds, but now she's come to 15 races and she hasn't won yet, which is getting me very upset and frustrated. But she has actually sub 9 odds in all the races, so that's very good, but she's not winning. And there are equally some horses that have shit odds, but they can still win a bit.
Okay.
Look, this was very lucky, man. I don't push it. Don't push it. Don't race the horse ever again.
Oh man, that was addictive. That was exciting.
Amazing. That was really amazing.
Holy moly! Anything else we should talk about? Dude, I didn't even ask you how much time you have.
Well, I have time. I'm a night owl now that I don't work. I don't do anything. I live basically US time because all the drops and everything's in the evening. So for me, US time, it's fine. I'm good.
So what other NFT are you in right now that's as addictive as the Zed.Run?
Top Shot and Zed are the one that require kind of, if you like, daily work to kind of keep up. I mean, Top Shot, not much at the moment. I have my portfolio, Series 1, rookies, and that they are. It's not much else that I'm doing there.
Although I will say this, I was doing that. I was like barely just trying to look at the platform because it's been a bloodbath. I did sell a bunch of Seeing Stars today because I had the set and they mooned. So, got to take, that was actually literally the first time I flipped the moment for profit on NBA Top Shot. So I was happy with that, and they're back down again. I mean, that was very predictable that was a real quick pump and dump that was going to happen. Yeah. So it is good when you're, when you're in the middle of a bloodbath and the market's tanking, is actually, distract yourself with something else in the meantime. Don't worry about it. You'll always find out when there's a bull market. Everybody in the world will tell you that there's a bull market.
For sure. And look, and I hope my moments are the ones that will go up, if there is something. But and then I look at on Nifty Gateway, I try to buy and sell some stuff, follow some projects that I think have some decent kind of return potential. So I try to get involved in the people. I'm actually part of another group. If you care about NFT, art NFTs, and then the stuff that is, for instance, on Nifty, I'm a mod in another Discord group called. You can actually look it up on YouTube. Is a NFT Siblings, really top-notch group for anything that is art related. And again, there are opportunities, there are profit opportunities there for sure. So those are the thing. And then obviously sometimes it's a bit like formal projects like apes. But that kind of things that everybody gets involved with, and a bit of crypto trading. That's it.
All right. So while you continue to talk, here's what I'm going to do, guys. So I'm going to take all the names of the people that commented in the chat. So if you are on the stream and you have not commented in the chat, do that right now, because I'm entering your names into a randomizer, and then we are gonna do a draw, and the winner is going to get my first red horse whenever that opens up, and whatever horses I do it with, because I don't know at this time what I'm gonna have, what I'm gonna keep, what I'm gonna sell. I'm just listening to my boy over here giving me advice.
I mean, you literally are giving away your firstborn. That's a big one.
Yep. So do I get two though, right?
You got two.
I get two.
But you can have two with two different stallions. It's not two with the same stallion.
Yeah, whatever I have, I assume. So
you can pick them. There is an argument for not doing it all in-house, like within the family. And the reason is that you are not going to have top horses. So if you have a very good mare or a very good filly, you might want to breed her with a Z1 or Z2 that has a Nakamoto as a very top-notch genetic kind of code. And you will not have that kind of genes in your stable, so you want to just pay and get your horse to go with that, to breed with that, as opposed to having, say, if you have one Z10 and one Z9, they are both buttering, the result will be a Z19 buttering. While if you have a Z9 and you breed it with the Z1 Nakamoto, it's still going to be a buttering, but it's a Z10 buttering, legendary instead of Genesis. But so there are pros and cons of actually breeding in-house.
Okay.
So something to consider.
Okay. So I think I've got them all lined up here. I have to scroll, but guys, can you tell me in the chat? I want to make sure I didn't miss any of you. I scrolled through the chat. I put the names in. Tell me if you do not see your name. Okay, so Jackson, Eric, Nick, Gab, Rascal, and then that list right there. Let me know, guys. Anybody in the stream whose name I did not get? Okay. So we are going to randomize this, and the winner is going to get my first baby born. All right.
Good luck.
All right. Let's do this. Good luck, guys. Drum roll. What the?
Yeah, the number one. You have to
Oh, number one. There we go. Yuggy. Yuggy 2. Yuggy 2. Congrats. Are you still in the chat? If you are, do me a favor and if you're following me on Twitter, at CryptoPoppy10 on Twitter, that's my Twitter right there. Send me a DM with. So what do I need?
Yeah,
their stable name.
Amazing.
What do I need? Do I need their stable name so I can gift it to their stable? Is that how it works?
Yeah, or the portfolio or their address. Because ultimately, your horses are in your MetaMask. Just to be so, if you go again, an OpenSea, whatever, they are assets in your NFTs in your MetaMask.
Okay, they're actually so they're not on the normal OpenSea. So I assume it's on the Matic one, which I haven't.
No, they are in the normal OpenSea.
Are they?
So if you go in OpenSea, you find you can see all your whatever NFTs you have in your mask. Yeah, I have them all there, and there in my Cap Cubes and whatever else I have.
You mean here? Because I haven't actually
seen.
If
you go in, exactly my profile.
Yeah,
you'll see your horses there.
I haven't seen them, man.
I mean, if you are linked with the same. If you go in your account.
Oh, I know why. Because I didn't know. But yeah, I didn't know. And I'm doing an email. I have an email address account on Zed. Total noob.
I understand.
Yeah. Okay. That's why I don't see them. So
I think you can link them. Yeah, I think you can link them.
I think I have to transfer them, is what I saw. But anyway, I'll figure that out.
No.
All right. Yuggy's going to message me. Awesome. Very cool. Very happy we get that.
Yeah, congrats.
Again, I don't know what's going to be yet. I'm going to follow Lord Truffington's advice, and I'm probably going to dump Atomical. Thank you, Atomical. But, this is like the seeing stars moments on Top Shot. When they moon, you sell, guys. And
Atomical literally gave everything it had. It could not have given, like, as a horse, to you as a stable owner, it could not have given you more. That everything it had, the only race it could win in his whole life, it just gave it to you today. No, just fucking sell it.
And you know what? And I got to say, though, that is one of the things about NFTs that changes the game a little bit for me. So back in the day, right, when I was trading like some shitcoin and I had zero connection to the shitcoin, if that thing moons, you sell it. Like, you sell it, you have no connection to it. You don't care if you never see it again. With NFTs, right, when it comes to art, horses you're racing, like, you literally start to get an attachment to these things. I don't want to sell Atomical, man. I really don't.
Man, that horse earlier, Jessica Alba, she's my baby. I care about that horse so much. I really do care. She is because you get emotionally attached every time there is a race. You're like, oh, come on. So you're completely right.
Awesome. Well, man, this was amazing. I mean, I could not have predicted that we were, first of all, like, incredible amount of information that you've given us here. But then the fact that we got to race a horse and then the horse was kind of shit and the horse won it doesn't get better than that.
Amazing. Really good. Really, really good.
All right, guys. Well, I think we're done. I'm starving. I need to have some dinner. I'm sure you guys do as well. Lord Truffington is over in the UK, so that's, why we kind of arranged it earlier than I would normally do a live stream. But, man, this was so well worth it. I'm so pumped. I can't wait to race more horses.
Amazing. Yeah, look, guys, if anyone has any questions, find me on Twitter.
Let everybody know where your actual Twitter address is.
at L Truffington, or just put Lord Truffington on Twitter. It's gonna be me. That's actually a kite skull as my profile picture, but Lord Truffington, it's me. Top Shot and Zed. So you can find me there. My DMs are open, or you can find me on Lord Truffington on Discord as well.
This guy has a lot. Listen, I actually remember how we met. Is you're like the spreadsheet master, and you released the spreadsheet for NBA Top Shot,
Yeah.
and right away I was like, "Holy shit, this thing's incredible! Who is this guy creating the spreadsheet?"
Yeah, I come from a financial background, so all my life is in various Excel spreadsheets.
I love it. I love it. All right, we'll put the link in the description down below with all of the tools that you described, so people can go and figure that out. Yugi, if you don't have a stable, go create one. If others don't, man, I encourage you to get into this. This is a lot of fun. I would say that you probably, as I did with Zed, you probably want to wait for the next drop. And as you can see, guys, I mean, if you pick up a Z10 for hundreds of dollars, right now it's scary to say because nothing in life is guaranteed, but it's a guaranteed 10x as it stands today in the marketplace. So if you got a couple $100 lying around, that financially, just from a flipping perspective, you could do that. But it's a good time to get in with the next drop. Do you know any clue when the next drop is? Is it once a month or what?
Not at all. We don't know.
Okay.
In the past, they made, I think in March, they had 3 drops in a month. So they were they were small drops, almost like stress tests, from Top Shot. So they did 3 drops, and then they waited for more than a month in between drops, because before, like, you guys are lucky, because before the drops were on the Ethereum network, so you had to pay gas fees to try to buy a horse, and most of the times you would not get it. So you would have 3, 4, 5, 6 gas fees, and you might end up with no horse in your stable, because so it was they realized that it could never work. So they transitioned completely to the layer 2 Matic network, which actually worked relatively well last week. Now, next drop, I don't know. I would be surprised if it's in the next week or 2. I think now that they'll start with the breeding again, they'll open the breeding again. So that will create a few thousand more horses in the market. I think they'll wait a little bit.
Okay.
But then the few thousand new horses gives an opportunity to buy a horse for really cheap, like sub 0.1, 0.05. I think that'll probably be the floor of the new, the foals, the newborns.
Okay, so one last question with Atomical.
Yeah,
people can go now and see this, that I have a 100% win rate. Can they see my odds?
Yeah. So if you click, yes, they can. If you click on the horse, but it's always I don't want to sound very cynical, but it always depends on the level of sophistication of your buyer for whatever you are.
Well, yeah.
Like, ultimately, if someone, if someone's looking for a real, proper good horse, and will go and spend time analyzing the horse, he will see, well, this one was just lucky.
Okay.
A lot of people will just say, oh, fuck, this horse won his first race. It might be good. Let me try and run it another 2 or 3 times. And if it doesn't work, I'll just keep it for breeding.
Okay. There's the odds right there. All right.
Yeah, that's the odds right there. So you can see, you can see the graph now. This is only one race, so it's a big block. But otherwise,
yeah. But if I'm not mistaken, on OpenSea, you don't see the odds, you see the win percentage.
You see the win percentage, correct.
Right. All right. Well, you know what? It's not, guys, it's not about, look, we're a community here and we all want to win. We're all in this to have fun and make money, right? And just like with any other market, like, for example, if you bought Dogecoin on the Saturday that Elon Musk was walking on stage, if you bought it then you weren't paying attention to what I was saying about buy the rumor, sell the news, right? So on this channel, if you're gonna follow me, we're gonna be honest here, and if we think that we're gonna get really great, or this is the maximum value that we are gonna get from this horse, we're gonna sell the horse, and we're gonna go and take a shot at another horse. And unfortunately, we might dump this on a noob, right?
Yeah. I mean,
For a good
look,
value.
at the end of, think about this though. Like, I wouldn't feel, in any case, I wouldn't feel bad because this is a Z6 Genesis. So if you take this horse in a year time, even a shit racer in a year time is still a Genesis. It's still worth a lot of money. So it's still it's probably less of a good opportunity than another horse, another Z6 Genesis, but it's still a very good horse with the proper like lineage and everything. So it's okay.
Right.
Fine. You're not dumping something that is worthless.
All right. Awesome, man. I cannot thank you enough. We'll love to have you back on this channel when I get a little bit more sorted with my stable and start to maybe grow a little bit. And we'll work offline to kind of make this stable a little bit better. I appreciate all the advice you've given me, both on NBA Top Shot as well as now on Zed.Run. And guys, if you're not following Lord Truffington, like, you really should. So I convinced him to get up and do a stream with me. He's very active in the Discords, very active in the community. And so just an insane amount of knowledge that he has on all things NFT right now.
Super. Thank you. You're way too kind. I loved being here. It was such a fun couple of hours. And I hope that, everybody learned something new. Brilliant.
All right.
Win-win.
All right, everybody.
Win-win.
Thanks for stopping by, checking out. Peace.
Thank you.